We are here and we're so happy to be speaking to you again. This is a wonderful experience, a question and answer experience, allowing in the answer. So we are ready whenever you are.
Hi there again. It is so nice to have this connection with you. The first question that I have is in my area where I live, there's a lot of theft of the catalytic converters
Yes.
on the vehicle, and it's just with a lot that's going on since COVID, and people just doing things. So, if I was supposed um, to project, what would I project to out into the area that would either stop that or slow it down, or somehow turn that around?
Yes, well, what we would say is you do know that you cannot affect in anyone else's experience. And you know
Right.
that all of these situations are there for a reason. They have been attracted to each person individually. And it may be that they're attracting it for a lesson for that person. But in general, when you are staying in the flow, in the vibrational flow, of joy, of abundance, of not worrying about things, allowing things. You will not hear about these stories as much because they won't reflect your vibration. When you hear about the stories, then you become involved in that story. So, what we would say is yes, you can have it where you're not hearing about them where you're not knowing about them by not focusing on them, and then by just using your own high vibration to create what's happening in your reality and what you're seeing, and that would be where your power is. Does this make sense?
Yes, yes, it does make sense. I was just kind of figuring if I could put something maybe out there, and it be those who might, can find their way to that energy, that would, raise that vibration a little bit. So
Well,
that's it.
and
I was
always we would say that what your high vibration is doing is being an example, and that is the way to help others learn that, to help others see that and think, oh, I like that. I want to find that. How do I find that? And go on their own journey of that. So it's always you just representing yourself with that high vibration that will help others the most in
okay.
all
All right.
things. Yes.
Okay. Because my concern is that it'll cause a lot of um, arguments and complaints, and it escalates and escalates and escalates. And since I live in the area, it's like, how do I keep from being intertwined with that? Because people will walk up to me, my neighbors will walk up and they'll say, have you heard of this situation? And so I'm hoping that I could just project more peace and love out,
Yes.
and
Yes.
maybe one it can kind of grab onto it or something. I just didn't know if, when I do that, if my energy actually does go out there to allow that.
Yes, it does go out and it is an example, and they do feel it on whatever level they feel it. They may not consciously be aware. Another thing that we would add to this is you cannot control anything outside yourself. You
Right.
cannot control anything that is going on outside yourself to other people's experiences. And that's the place we would start, to always remind yourself that this is not to do with you. Because the more you ingrain yourself in those situations, those conversations, the more you bring up your own fears about those things, the more you trigger more dense emotions and negative feelings. So it is always an inner job for you.
Okay. Okay. That makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you for that answer.